here, and today we are going to take a look at this DIY sleeper PC that does not involve cutting, angle grinding, or this crazy modifications to the casing. So, how did I do it? Let's find out. This is actually meant to be a gaming PC made out of really like cheap parts that I found online. Then it sort of like happened that system I bought was not working. Then along the process of figuring out why it didn't work, the CPU died. Then I said I need to get a new motherboard because the motherboard is also in really rough shape. So maybe the motherboard fried the CPU, I had no idea. So in any case, when I actually went to continue my project and put everything into the new casing, I found out that the original casing that came with the broken computer had this power button jammed on. So that was actually one of the issues that the system was facing. That's why it never ever booted up. After that, my neighbor gave me a couple of old desktops from 2003. Along that came with a HP compact with a blazing fast Pentium D processor. This started my endeavor into making a sleeper PC. I started out by stripping out all the components. Actually, I found out the components were not really used that much. There's not much dust on them because the power supply had given out. So I went out to strip out all the things inside the HP compact that originally came with its own Pentium D motherboard and 512 megabytes of RAM, along with the dead power supply and a random hard drive that was just sitting in there. After that, I made sure the front panel connectors were compatible and the motherboard standoff were actually the ones that I needed for my motherboard, which is a ATX size motherboard. Then I took out my original components from the broken case and swapped everything over. This took a while and I shall show you all a small time lapse of it. So for parts, the original system came with an i5 7550, 4 gigs of RAM, a broken CD drive, FSP, 550 watt power supply. I found a very lightly used HDD for just 15 bucks with good sectors and like no issue at all. Then after that found a GPU which is an R9 280X for just 50 bucks on Carousel and picked it up. The replacement motherboard was just $35, which I picked it up on Carousel along with the new i3 processor. So when I reinstalled every single thing into the HP compact case, everything seemed to fit quite well. In fact, the amount of GPU clearance was better in this new casing compared to the old one that was the LND case. So now for benchmarks, let's take a look. As you can see from the benchmarks, the system is however limited by its CPU, the i3 processor, as it's only a dual core with hyper-threading to 4 cores. If I were to upgrade to the i5 570, however, there's only an 8% improvement on CPU mark, so there isn't really much way to like improve the performance at this point. That's to swap out the motherboard for something else more high powered. The thermals are quite decent, as I have mounted a 120mm fan inside the casing with just some tape. While the fan is quite steady in there, I wouldn't recommend you guys actually trying to do it. It works, but then like not really the best solution. Overall, I'll be selling this system for $260 and make a profit around $80. This is excluding shipping, as like to bring the system to the person's house, if they want me to do it, I will be charging delivery fees. So if you all enjoyed my little adventure into this like sort of DIY sleeper PC build thing, you can do that. You could maybe use higher end hardware, but just take note that some old cases don't really have that great airflow, so that will be one of your main issues that you might face when doing this type of retro builds. Do note that also some cases, the front panel wiring might be a bit different, so it's not compatible with this day's motherboard. It does have different power supply sizes that is required for the case. Some of them are proprietary power supplies. And with that, I'll say if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, share a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.